everyone in the other 4 lanes of traffic were trying to squeeze together to give all these fire engines going down to fight these fires just a little bit more room to get by. If you want to follow me down this way, you can see that there's pieces of the road, pavement, that have come all the way down this way and are going down the creek. For the last 3 months, the city has not had the ability to process parking tickets or collect the money. Now, that doesn't mean that officers can't still give you a parking ticket, but what's not clear is when you'll ever receive the bill. Who are the key people at this university that told him not to speak with me? There's been a lot of questions about the pension that you may or may not be receiving. You have any comment about that? This is the foundation of the bridge, and as you can see, I can crawl completely beneath the foundation and emerge on the other side. Gravity is what keeps the water moving in the right direction, like so. But here's the problem. The land is sinking, which means that the water struggles to get from Fresno down to Bakersfield. Subsidence makes craters that throw off the slope. It's imperfect, and there's no way right now to give those warnings to the general public in remotely enough time.
This is my last one. So, yeah. Okay, this one really is probably my last one.
Most everyone at this gas station on Wilson Road has a story about a big winner.
Someone won $75,000 on a small amount ticket.
You know them, or they were from the neighborhood?
No, it was someone from the neighborhood that talked about it. They were cashing it in.
There was a guy just won that over on Panama Chevron, $750,000.
It's a frenzy at lunchtime. A friendly one. Everyone seems to know each other.
Hey, nice to see you.
It's clear playing the lottery here is a routine. I asked several players how much they're spending. Are they up?
20.
Down for the day? How about the week?
Oh my goodness.
$30, $40 a week.
Me personally, I tend to be down.
I am down 20 right now.
Even.
But we didn't just ask here. Eyewitness News compiled data from the State Lottery Commission through public record requests to learn just how much we all spend on the lotto, draw games, and scratchers. How much do you think it is, Kern County, in a year?
5 million.
5 million?
Yeah.
What do you think for you?
Around there, $1 million to $5 million.
Oh, probably a couple million at that rate.
So what if I told you it was $120 million a year that we spend? Were you surprised?
Yes. That's a lot of money.
$120 million in a year.
Ouch.
Whoa.
And the numbers keep rising. $127 million in 2017. That's roughly what Bakersfield spends in a year on its entire police and fire departments. The players aren't the only ones surprised at that number.
That's astonishing, especially.
Richard Gearhart is an economist at Cal State University Bakersfield with a doctorate in econometrics, meaning he specializes in what?
Data analysis. I love data.
All of our research slowly amassed dozens of tables and spreadsheets. We crunched the numbers ourselves and then had Gearhart check our work, layering it with census information.
So household income, poverty rates, percentage of the population that graduated high school, percentage of the population that is Hispanic, and percentage of the population that is white alone.
Our joint analysis produced a few major takeaways.
The poorer you are, the more scratcher tickets you buy.
Using store-level sales data and census info, we figured out which zip codes spend the most money on the lottery per adult. 93301 in the middle of town took the prize 2 years in a row. In fact, the last 2 years are almost exactly the same, with the other 4 in the top 5 being Shafter, East Bakersfield, Taft, and Oildale. There are differences in these neighborhoods, but they're all linked by one key factor. On average, in these 5 zip codes, 29% of people live in poverty. Here we have 2 lists. On the left, the top 10 lottery-playing zip codes, and on the right, the zip codes with the 10 highest rates of poverty. 7 zip codes appear on both lists.
Every dollar that a low-income individual pays for a scratcher ticket or a draw ticket reduces how much he can likely spend on his kids in terms of food and education, clothing, those sorts of things, necessities.
On average, in these 5 zip codes, more than 1 in 5 people receive food stamp assistance. But what about the winners? The lottery wasn't able to provide broad data on winners broken down by county, but they offered several recent examples of large winners. Several in Bakersfield, 1 in Tehachapi, 1 in Ridgecrest, with pre-tax prizes ranging from a few $100,000 to $5 million. But does this money benefit the local economy?
The likeliest option for a lot of people in Kern County is they're probably going to buy a beach house in some other county, and they're going to spend the money there. I know I would buy a beach house. I love the beach.
The lottery also helps education, and I set out to learn just how much. Kern County received nearly $41 million from the lottery for education last year, but that number is spread out over every school. I asked the superintendent's office how far that goes. I was told $189 per kid per year, or just over 1% of their total budget. In light of all we learned, I asked the economist what he gauged to be the lottery's net effect on where we live.
And so even though the California Lottery Commission does reinvest in a lot of social support programs, it's probably on average a net negative.
Let's see.
The first half of our investigation revealed that despite our high rates of poverty, Kern County spends well over $100 million a year on lottery tickets. Using sales data we got through public record law and with the assistance of Cal State economist Richard Gearhart, we determined that Kern County's poor throw money into scratchers and draw games at a dizzying rate.
A lot of people spend a lot of money on scratchers and on the high-priced ones too.
I've seen people come in and buy $100 and $200 at a time.
The poorer you are, the more scratcher tickets you buy.
I really like the bonus bingo.
And according to the data for Kern County, you're also more likely to buy if you're Hispanic.
Hispanics are twice as likely to buy scratcher and draw tickets compared to white alone.
Some of that, Gearhart says, is simply the socioeconomics of Kern County.
It just tends to be low-income individuals who buy it. It just so happens that Hispanics comprise a higher fraction of lower-income individuals in Kern County. So that's who you target.
Targeting. We asked for the lottery's Kern County advertising budget for the last 3 years, more than $750,000. That sum paid for ads on multiple platforms, almost always in Spanish. El Popular newspaper, Telemundo, Univision, and there's the internet.
The lottery contracts with several companies to put pro-lottery messages in front of potential players on the web. And we got lists of where those companies place the ads. Scrolling through the list provided by the commission, it looks like almost every website on here is Spanish. And just to be sure, I clicked on a whole bunch of them.
The lottery also purchases outdoor ads, signage, banners, posters, and billboards. Different products run at different times of the year. The ad budget included addresses for each placement, so we put them all on a map.
And most of the advertising is done in 93304, 93305, 93306, and 93307, which tend to be more predominantly Hispanic. There is almost no lottery advertising in the Northwest, in the 93313 in Oildale.
Based on this map, it seems the lottery had a particular area of town and kind of person in mind. So I asked in an email if maybe we were missing something. The response? The Bakersfield DMA is a Spanish-only media buy. But whether the poor are Hispanic in Kern or another group of people someplace else, economists say the lottery is not a good path out of poverty. If anything, Gearhart says for many it's a path to further poverty.
But what it is it's going to create dependency. The lower income you are, the more that you will likely need social welfare systems in the future because you have taken money out of your necessities.
I asked the lottery about this and was told that, quote, the California lottery does not market its products as a way to achieve financial security. They add, quote, the lottery does not directly market its products to low-income Californians. We have a robust statewide marketing campaign designed to reach large audiences of all demographics up and down the entire state. Still, Gearhart doesn't think it adds up.
For a state that is worried about the status of their low-income population and through a very generous social welfare system, I'm surprised at how much California does target these low-income populations for these games.
We tried multiple times to secure an interview with the Lottery Commission about these marketing practices. They declined all of our requests. In studio, Kyle Harvey, Eyewitness News.